Around 47,000 runners from all over the world gathered in the city to take part in the Zurich Rock and Roll Running Series. And among all those runners, there was a living rugby legend, Gareth Thomas, who participated in the half marathon event.
He did so as part of the Tackle HIV initiative. After being blackmailed over his diagnosis, the former captain of the Welsh national rugby team decided he would be the one to tell his own story and publicly share that he lives with the virus back in 2019.
Since then, Gareth Thomas has been on a mission to change the public perception of HIV and fight the stigma that still surrounds it today. And we had the chance to talk to him one day after the race, before he returned to Wales. Mr. Thomas, thank you very much for joining us on the English language broadcast of Radio Exterior Espana.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you.
During your visit to Spain, you have taken part in a half marathon here in Madrid. So I would like to begin by asking you, how did the race go?
The race was very difficult for somebody who lives in Wales where there isn't much sunshine. The sun was shining, it was very warm. Also, Madrid is a city in altitude, but the best part of the Madrid marathon was the support, and to understand that people are shouting for you to continue even though they don't know who you are. So to have support from strangers, thousands and thousands of strangers who would come out and line the streets to, as I say, support their friends, their family, but also thousands and thousands of other people, was very, very special.
Your participation in this race is a part of the Tackle HIV initiative, and it comes to show that it is perfectly possible to live a full, active life while living with HIV.
What's really important for us is that not are we just verbally giving people information, but we're actually getting up and showing people certain things. So many people have an image of people who live with HIV to be weak. You know, I choose to be strong. So many people have a vision of people living with HIV that they expect them to be silent. I will be loud. To be ashamed, but I will be proud. So it's so important for us to show people physically what people living with HIV are capable of doing, and that is they're capable of doing everything. And also it's really important for us as a campaign to physically show the difficulties of doing things like the half marathon, because then what that shows is the difficulties of people living with HIV. For it to be difficult, but for me then to get to the finish line and be able to smile and have a sense of achievement is the narrative or the story of so many people living with HIV, is that it starts off, it's very difficult. You get to parts where you think you can't continue, but you continue because at one point, at one stage, with the support of so many people around you, with the authenticity of so many people around you, you will get to a finish line. You will get to a place of being able to smile. You will get to a place of being able to cheer, of being able to feel free, of being able to have a sense of achievement.
And I believe this isn't the first very hard physical challenge that you've successfully completed in this campaign.
No, it's not the first, and it certainly won't be the last. I have now completed an Ironman, which again is one of the most physically enduring challenges any human being can take part of. I've run a marathon, I've run half marathons, and a statistic I heard was that it's less than 1% of the people in this world have run a marathon. So to be one of less than 1% of the people in this world that are physically has the capability to run a marathon and to be loud about the fact that I live with HIV means that I'm part of a unique club of physically active people, and I live in with HIV. So that shows people that living with HIV doesn't restrict you from anything physically, anything mentally. We will continue to push the narrative and to challenge people's stereotypical versions of what people living with HIV can, but more importantly can't do, because there's nothing that we can't do.
That's such a powerful message. And I believe your visit to Spain has also taken place at the same time as the premiere of Eduardo Casanova's documentary film, in which he addresses living with HIV. And you mentioned that you were really looking forward to attending this premiere.
Yeah, it's important for us as a community of people who are living with HIV to support each other. So for us to come here and be invited, first of all, to his documentary, to be able to be there as an ally, to be able to be there as support of somebody who is starting what it will be a very public journey, from somebody who has continued to live a very public journey, to be able to meet him, to be able to see he still has a smile, to be able to see that he has strength, and to be able to see that his message within Spain will be a really powerful message, and to also to see his journey documented and to find so many similarities between his journey and my journey, and then for I feel both of us to realize that sadly, in a way, we both live in completely different countries, we have completely different backgrounds, different upbringings, yet our stories of sorrow and our stories of the need for resilience, our stories of the need to feel accepted by